When you think about this energy transition, everything starts with the foundation, which is land.
Renewa is a capital provider to landowners and renewable project developers across the U.S. So we provide cash in the form of a lump sum payment to landowners, and we provide land acquisition capital for renewable developers.
Ultimately, there can be no solar, wind, or battery storage development without suitable land to house it. Renewa's mission is to provide support to the energy transition through responsible stewardship of land.
It's really simple. Capital, money, today. The way we like to talk about it is they woke up one day and they realized they won the green lottery. There's a solar or wind farm on them. And they have the opportunity to monetize that value.
Dealing with landowners, we can either provide a lump sum payment and buy the land, or we can provide cash and buy the annuity stream associated with the renewable energy project.
In many cases, receiving a long-term cash flow for many landowners is not the suitable situation for them.
Not everybody is going to be around to see the end of a 35-year lease. And we provide a real cash option today to monetize that annuity.
$1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow or $1 a year from now, because you can invest that dollar and make more money than they would just getting payments over an extended period.
In a lot of cases, we're giving landowners millions and millions of dollars. So it is a life-altering transaction for every one of these individuals.
Pierce Ranch is a family-owned ranch. Growing up, we worked down here, and I had some of the best times of my life.
I hope my kids, grandkids, and great grandkids get to grow up with the same lifestyle. That'd be a big positive in my heart.
We wanted to monetize the leasehold. We're introduced to the gentleman from Renewa. These guys are sure young to be throwing this kind of money around. Yeah, but they're doing it. So what the heck?
It's nice to have money in the bank. Day-to-day operations on a ranch this size is capital intensive. It's just nice knowing you have the safety net, it's always there and kind of can carry you on day to day.
All right. Woo!
I believe there's about 800 acres total, to tell you the truth. I've only seen pictures of it. I haven't been there since they built the solar farm.
They were fantastic. I mean, they did exactly what they said they were going to do. They were very open with me about any type of concerns that they had. So I had every confidence that, if anybody was going to get it done, they were going to get it done, and they did.
This was a windfall for me. I'd never had $1 million in cash at one time before, so I would say that my finances are more secure than they ever were before.
I have a company with a couple of partners called Fuller Realty Partners here in Houston. In early 2023, I think it was February, a landman for Renewa reached out to me. At that point, I think they submitted an offer to me, which was a very good first offer. I got to meet Gage, and we sat down, we went to lunch, and I think within less than a month, we had an entire agreement inked out.
You have institutional investors, you have people that inherited land that maybe haven't seen it in a long time, and then you have people that live on the land, and the ability for us to provide that capital solution to let each one of those groups achieve their goals is something that we're really proud of.
When developers build and develop their projects and their pipelines, they need capital to do so at different stages. So we're basically part of the financing stack that the developers utilize to get projects done.
It's really important because we make these projects more financially stable and essentially more financially viable for the developers.
By working with us, they basically allocate their resources more efficiently and focus it on their core activities, which is actually building, owning, and managing the infrastructure itself.
The backbone of Renewa is the people.
I've been a landman in oil and gas.
I'm actually a third-generation landman.
I would say this is a great company that provides an amazing environment for teamwork.
We celebrate holidays and cultures and diversity.
We're a family. We get along really well, and we like to collaborate.
We always start with a relationship before there's ever a deal. That's always the way that we've built our business, is by being an in-person, somebody that you can trust. But we always start with a handshake, and that's how we always finish.
We are very flexible in working with landowners to provide solutions that work with them through whatever their unique situations are.
If you look at the composition of our team, these are all individuals that come from accounting, legal, land backgrounds, but all of them ubiquitously have strengths in building relationships.
There was an old saying in sales that people don't care how much you know until they know you care.
When we're starting this partnership and understanding what we're doing, we start it with honesty, integrity, and loyalty.
If you think about what we're acquiring, this is a very emotional piece of asset for any individual.
The struggle these days is to try and keep the ranch together, which is important for our family, but it's also important for the ecosystems around here.
What we're doing now is providing for, future generations down the road.
I felt like there were some uncertainties in whether or not this solar lease was really going to keep paying for 30 years. So I felt good about it. I took a little money and made a down payment on a new house in Newton. And overall, I think it was one of the best financial decisions I've ever made.
We put a substantial amount of money into the ranch. So what we're doing with the proceeds is paying ourselves back a little bit. We've had, great times down there, and we'll continue to do so.
I feel proud knowing that I'm working for a company that's, making a difference and I can actually see it.
It brings me great joy that I brought value to that individual landowner.
Name and word travels pretty quickly these days, so we maintain that having a trusting relationship is key to not only immediate success, but long-term success. We're going to continue to expand. We're going to continue to partner with landowners and developers in new markets and new technologies.
Getting into some of these tangential areas outside of just the wind, solar, and storage, but also exploring other ancillary areas like the hydrogen, the renewable natural gas, waste and water, digital infrastructure.
They're all going to have to go somewhere, right? These are physical assets that need a place to live. And so we want to be a solution for that way forward.
We're very excited about the future. Yes, we help with the energy transition, but while we are doing that, we are helping landowners monetize their dream, monetize the value of the land. That's what Renewa is all about.
Once you signed on the dotted line, how did you feel afterwards? Were you comfortable, confident, or did you have any...
Rich.